Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time watching me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm going to be doing an energy update, changing gears. We have to change gears. We just have to. It's like when you're climbing a mountain, you can't exactly climb that mountain in fifth gear. Probably not a good idea to climb it in fourth either. Sometimes you want to downshift into third. Third gear has a lot of power in it. So we have to change gears. There's a lot of stuff going on today. I'm not going to deal with it. No, it's not that a lot of stuff is going on today. It's that it's the same old stuff. Same old energy, and I'm kind of just needing a change at this point. I'm sure you guys are needing a change as well. So I'm going to do a different type of reading. We're going to go back to old school. Let's talk about twin flames. Let's talk about soulmates. Let's talk about, I don't know, something blah. So here goes. Twin flame, like some S&M. I'm just saying. I'm joking. I'm joking. Let's do this. It feels like today there's a lot of yucky energies that's going to rise to the surface. I don't know if this yucky energy is from the collective or if it's like on a personal level. It just feels like there's stuff that's going to be rising to the surface today. If it hasn't already begun rising to the surface, it soon will. Give it time. Give it time. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have like joked around about twin stuff. Because now this is a twin flame reading. Good job, Emmie. Good job. Good job. Well, you're welcome, girl. We had to change gears, didn't we? So ooh. Ooh. All right, let's get started. All right. So here we are, aware that we have basically been, I don't know, I guess shackled by our own belief structures. We've been chained to the walls of our own belief structures, and now we're unchained. Now we're needing to really figure out what it is we need to think about, looking forward to the future. And maybe there's this need for us to make sure not only do we need to be unchained, we also need to be unbound, okay? Because there's still bindings around her. And I'm wondering if maybe, although we've come unchained, we're now questioning our belief structures. If we're still allowing those belief structures to really greatly affect the decisions we make in this life. Probably. All right. Card number 25, first house, the body. I am not the perishable body, but the eternal self. Move ahead with confidence. You are rising. Oh, that's nice. So you're rising. It means you'll soon be feeling your own strength. Although it may feel natural to just to take over and assert your power, you may need to pull back some. Try not to control or dominate certain situations, as this could backfire. Ooh, people may feel comfortable now with you and as their leader, and they won't mind following your lead. So I'm wondering if maybe as you unchain yourself from those old belief structures, you're going to be inspiring people to do the same as well. And that's a very beautiful thing, to be able to lead through inspiration versus domination. That's very, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. I will say it again. I absolutely believe that the best leaders are often the ones who have no interest in leading, are the ones who people just follow because they have a balanced way about them, a way that takes everyone's needs into consideration. Okay. Card number 21. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. So there it is. We have to close our eyes to the things that confuse us. Okay. And it's not to ignore it. It's to allow yourself to better concentrate on what exactly is the message being brought to you. What is this confusing circumstance, confusing connection, confusing whatever? What is it trying to tell you? What is it? And sometimes if you're too busy looking, using your other senses, then you're not going to be able to figure it out, because you're going to continue to get overloaded by stimulation, by thoughts, excuse me, by thoughts that are still, again, connected to that old belief structure. So it's time for us to go beyond the mind and allow the heart to come forward. Okay. This is absolutely a trauma-induced accretion that we're experiencing. We're on a magical adventure. Look at that magic carpet ride. Ooh. I thought we were shifting gears. No, seriously, I thought we were shifting gears. So come fall, Michael goes, just say it. You all can take it however you want. Come fall, there's going to be some sort of change, a major change that's occurring, either within society or, within ourselves. Okay. Ooh, those are deep messages. Card number 26, protection. Set personal boundaries. This is very important. If you're not ready to really begin addressing major things within your life, within society, if you're not at the point within your mental and emotional development where you can, consider certain concepts that are so foreign, that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you have to just protect yourself from those concepts. Okay. Sometimes what you have to do is make sure that you just allow yourself to hear it, but don't allow people to shame you just because you're not there yet, or you don't understand it yet. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone learns at their own pace, develops, matures at their own pace. Okay. So eventually we are going to, most of us will understand whatever these concepts are, but we have to give each person their proper amount of time and continue to just encourage and inspire. I don't know why this card never feels good. Seven of Fire. Heed your intuition, a feeling of recognition, inexplicable coincidences, moments that repeat. Personal interpretation is crucial. Personal interpretation is crucial. Only you know the answer. Look beyond the surface, observe and be aware. So this card is about development and use of one's intuition to see the way forward and predict possible outcomes. Intuition is that gut feeling. It's an instinctual or unconscious knowing that, when you heed it, can keep you safe from making mistakes and lead you to being in the right place at the right time. It's a feeling of recognition that we often ignore, but if you choose to heed, can have us moving through life in harmonious accord with our surroundings. So really what creation is wanting to do is to get us moving forward. Not necessarily moving forward and completely ignoring the things that need to be addressed within ourselves and within society. There are quite a few things that absolutely need to be addressed right now, and they have to be at the forefront. And if there are certain, I guess you could say, questionable methods to bring it to the forefront, honestly, that's something that we as a collective whole are choosing. If we're not willing to address things, if we're not willing to even acknowledge certain things that need to be corrected, then we need to kick it up a notch, I guess. Do I want to kick it up a notch? No, I'd like things to remain nice and lazy and just chill. But we all choose the way we learn these lessons. Yeah. We all choose the way we learn these lessons. That's like if you are in an abusive relationship and and people are telling you and telling you and telling you, and you don't want to see it, you don't want to hear it. Well, I'm not saying you deserve it, but you are choosing the way that lesson is being learned. Okay. And that's a pretty extreme example, but that's kind of what's happening. There's a lot of abuses going on, and just because we think we're exempt, some of us think we're exempt from those abuses, we're not. We're really not. And this is about a period of correction within ourselves and again within society. We are now needing to correct the imbalance within ourselves and within society. It's very, very important for you to hold yourself accountable, not blame or hate, not like sever yourself from your ancestors. It's important to hold yourself accountable for the ways in which you are complicit. All of us are complicit in the things that we allow to continue within ourselves and within society. Ooh, card number 6, Saturn, truth. Ooh, I don't know, suddenly the energy shifted into something more intense. All right. I knew it. I thought we were shifting gears. 6, Saturn, truth. As she has planned it, so does she harvest. Such is the field of karma. This card says that it may feel bad now, but it's going to be resolved, which is good. It's a good thing. Lord of Karma and this rainbow planet represents what's tangible and solid in our lives. The energy of this planet seems to show no mercy, which we're not getting any mercy right now. No, not within our own personal journeys and not within the collective experience here on this earth. Know that you are being challenged. It's time to make it or break it. Life may seem harsh and restrictive. You are facing an enemy who may be yourself. Saturn shows us that at times it's better in our own, it is in our own, what the fuck? Saturn shows us that at times it is in our better interest not to have those things we want, and that if we were to have them, they could lead us to our destruction. So I'm pretty sure all of us want a quick resolution to the things that are going on somewhere out there. But that quick resolution, I don't think is in our best interest, unfortunately. Now is a time of diligence, sticking to what you believe in and adhering to your goals. This is a period in our lives that emphasize toughness and work. It's all about not giving up and following through. Saturn also deals with power and control, often meaning law enforcement and the military. You may have encounters with law enforcement at this time. Do watch for that possibility, although the encounter may not necessarily be a negative one. If it is, though, you will need to play by the rules and do what's thought correct or expected. We are talking about conventions here. Any rallying against authority or tradition will not serve you well at this moment. On a more positive side, you may meet a fatherly type who will help you advance with your goals. Saturn can sometimes herald the appearance of a sage or a teacher. This will be no small thing and can indicate a mentor arriving just when you're in most need of one. So that's why the energy shifted. We all know this already, guys. We all know this. This is not anything new. So card number 19, dream a beautiful dream. You are at the epicenter of the world you are co-creating. All of your thoughts create ripples, and you are responsible for what type of ripples you're creating. Okay. You are responsible for the ripples you create. So if you want a better place, create ripples that lead to a better place, lead to a place with more understanding, more acceptance, more unity. If you're going to continue narratives, and narratives are such that word is annoying at this point because it's being used to further perpetuate narratives. So if you're going to continue to read from the same script, and try and promote the same old things, then we will continue to have the same old results. Now is a time to find a different way to see this, okay? See it from a more elevated place, a more elevated consciousness. And that's definitely going to be a challenge for most people. Most of us are accustomed to seeing things the way we're told to see it. And as you can tell, what we're being told at this point, either by those who have the platform to tell us, or by those who we're already questioning, that story is probably bullshit. Probably. That's the feeling of the energy lately. Like the storylines people are telling themselves is just utter bullshit. If it's not your truth, and I don't mean not your truth as in this is not what you're comfortable with. I'm talking about the truth, your real truth, even the one that you're uncomfortable with. If it's not your truth, then just let it go. Okay? But maybe these things are happening to force each individual to begin really taking time to figure out what your truth actually is. What is your truth? What are you here for? What are you here to witness in this life? And that's going to be a different answer for everyone, a very different answer for everyone. And we have to remember we belong to paradise. We came from paradise, are made of the energies from paradise, and we're trying to recreate this paradise here on this earth. The things that we are going through, it's definitely, again, it's just like an abusive relationship. That abuser is not going to just willingly let you go like, oh, okay, you've grown, so I'm going to let you go now. No, abusers tend to not do that. They tend to not do that. Okay. So this is something, if you are in an abusive environment, abusive relationship, abusive society, abusive nation, you definitely have to do your part to free yourself. And that includes not just accepting the storyline, the official story, okay? It's time for us to tap back into our wisdom. Our wisdom, part of our wisdom is our truth. And so what ends up happening, we have to realize that we have gone through so many lessons in this life, okay? There have been so many lessons in this life, and we have learned so much through all of our life experiences, but we haven't really been applying what we've learned. It's time to apply the lessons that we've learned, okay? Card number 33, ninth house, faith. It's time for you to have a little more faith in yourself, your ability to cultivate your immediate environment, okay? 33. Okay. All right. Ninth house, faith. We travel, some of us forever, to seek other states, other lives, other souls. Obstacles are being lifted. The ninth house in astrology is the house position for the sign Sagittarius and is ruled by the planet Jupiter, the planet of openness, luck, and expansion. This area of the traditional horoscope wheel is the house of travel, philosophy, high-mindedness, and also religion. The ninth house represents a search for meaning through established structures. So we're using the established structures to find more ripened understanding of ourselves, of our journey, of our societies. This is what's happening right now. Things to do with government and religion may come about whenever the ninth house is included. Destiny, fate, and karma also come into play, as well as your new view of what God may or may not be. It's in the house of erudite knowledge, higher learning, lawyers, doctors, and astrologers. It's most definitely of the higher mind and our need to unite with something greater. In this way, the ninth house represents churches and schools, especially ones that are old, established, and scholarly. What if this church is so old? It is something contained within you, a direct connection to divinity. And it's time for us to once again raise up this church of reunification, because what were churches originally meant to do? They were meant to be a place where people could gather. People could come together, take care of each other, update each other, also learn higher levels of consciousness. And I think that's probably what's needing to happen at this point, where we shift the definition of church from a structure where specific types of people come together with specific beliefs, and shift it into something where nature is our church. Anywhere souls come together in unison, in solidarity, in a desire to uplift, a desire to defend, a desire to create opportunity for growth. That is church. So right now what's going on is church is out in the streets. We are having church out in the streets, and there are those of us who continue to believe the teachings of the modern Pharisees, which is our elected officials. That's what they are. Our elected officials are the modern Pharisees, those who are going against the needs of the people. Those, God, you got me, Michael. He got me. We were changing gears. We weren't talking about this. Twin flames, that's what we were talking about. He got me. Card number 29, seeing the true you. The true you will always come forward. It will always come forward. There is no tea to spill. Look how far away that teacup is. And it is empty. Look at you sitting on a beautifully comfortable green couch, a structure within your heart. Look at that. Some people may say dark water is nasty. It's like swamp water. No, dark water is beautiful. It speaks of depth. It has the ability to reflect so you can see yourself in that depth. And it's time for us to really begin seeing who we actually are. Not allowing people to tell us who we are, but seeing who we actually are. There will be plenty of people who will try and convince you to define yourself based on what their definition of you is. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know who you are. If you don't know who you are, take this time to find that out. It's never too late to figure out who you are. And you're not trying to find some aspect of yourself that fits some mold that someone told you you needed to fit in. Find out who you actually are. Figure out what your beliefs are. Figure out what you need to do in order to dive deeper into your truth. It's time for us to begin diving deep into our truth. So the most mundane meaning behind this ninth house card is traveling to distant places. Usually when this card appears, the reason is for knowledge or for broadening of understanding. Wow. Occasionally, this card indicates a temporary disconnect from close family where you depart from your known life into another one as a pilgrim or a seeker. Interesting. If your question is about love, one or the other person needs freedom. There won't be commitment anytime soon. Okay. Card number 31, alone but not lonely. So I think at this point, we really need to spend some time alone and recognize that maybe we might enjoy who we are. Maybe we can keep ourselves company. Maybe we've come to a point where we have to stop allowing ourselves to be distracted by other people. because this is the very reason why many of us just absolutely cannot be alone. We're afraid to face who we are, who we've become. And, I don't know if that's going to be allowed to continue. Oh, all right, we're going to just pull a couple more cards, and then I'm going to move on to other readings. Hold on. I'm starting to sweat. What happened? Answer. Why is Ascension sometimes so lonely? There you go. You ask a question, you get the answer. That's why it's lonely. Oftentimes what we have around us are the very things that prevent us from diving deeper into ourselves because of fear. Fear of the unknown. Most of us don't really know who we are. Most of us are afraid that we are the person that other people talk ugly about, okay? So card number 4, a higher power. It's time for us to unlock that blockage that we've had that's kept us from connecting to a higher power, okay? There is a higher power. None of the work that I do negates the existence of a higher power. In fact, my existence is proof there is a higher power that's wanting us to really reconnect with each other, reconnect with nature, reconnect with it. A lot of the things that have happened throughout the history of human evolution is a need and an attempt to keep people from connecting with each other, from connecting with divinity, from connecting with nature, from connecting with the very things, information, circumstance, whatever it is, the very things that will afford you an elevation and stabilization of your health. Everything that we are experiencing in this life, in this world, in many of our relationships, connections with other people, serves one thing: to bring our attention to the fact that we have been taken from center, imbalanced, and therefore diseased. Okay? Now, the disease can be energetic, and disease doesn't mean that you are somehow bad or worse than or anything like that. Disease means you have taken so much time focusing on other things that do not support centeredness, do not support your growth. And the further you go away from your centeredness, the more imbalance, and that imbalance creates a perpetuation as well as an amplification of dis-ease. Okay, so we have to begin balancing ourselves. And once we begin really balancing ourselves and allowing ourselves to move forward in our personal, emotional, and mental development, we can then become solid enough within our truth to make massive change for all of societies, the whole world. We can begin really knowing and understanding what it is we need as a people. We need as individuals, as peoples, as societies, as nations. It all starts from you. Okay, it all starts from you. So now, not only do we need to be aware of what's going on outside of us, we have to make what's going on inside of us, the learning and understanding of what's going on inside of us, our priority. Yes, what's going on in the world is still important, but you need to now make yourself your priority. What is it about what's going on in the world that's upsetting you? Not just what you're told you should be upset about. I want you to find out for yourself, and you don't have to comment it, but take time, find out for yourself, what is it that's pissing you off about what's going on in the world? No more following narratives. Really look deep within yourself, okay? Is it because I see there's injustice in this world? Is it because I am pissed off that, all these things are being destroyed? And whatever it is, that's your reasoning. That's for you. That's your truth. It doesn't have to match up with anyone else's. But understand what goes on outside of you oftentimes is an amplified reflection of what's going on inside of you. And so many of us have become disconnected with our truth that it's come to this point. Now, is this about blame? No. This is about accepting accountability, understanding that if we as a collective can create, maintain, and amplify such ugliness, then we also have the power to create and maintain the polar opposite. It's all about choices. What are we choosing? Because right now, all we've done is allow other people who are in places of power control. Hey, you know, places of power, those mean they're elevated, right? That means we've placed them on a pedestal. It don't take much to knock that pedestal over. I think what we need, and this is my personal thoughts, I think what we need as societies is a concept of shoulder to shoulder. No one's ahead of each other. No one's behind each other. We're all in this shoulder to shoulder. You hurt, I hurt. I succeed, you succeed. This is what we have to begin really focusing on, reflecting, okay? And the thing is, the reason why news and social media keep reporting the same stuff, and it's not about ignoring what's going on. They keep showing the same stuff in the same light because they need us to stay in this mindset. They need us to manifest this. And this is not like, if you want to see it in regular human terms, okay, not that like spiritual stuff, regular human terms. If I continue to believe the storyline that this is an issue about this specific group, then I'm going to continue to hate that specific group. They are the problem. Look what they are doing. No, 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 no. It is not a specific group. That's what they want. Okay, it's not that group. Okay, it's this group now. Tell me who to hate today. And that's what's going on with society. We are waiting for other people to tell us who to hate today. Do we need to hate? Or do we need to acknowledge the sources of imbalance, which typically is not the people we are being told to hate? Okay? Typically it's not. We have to begin really understanding what we are allowing and what we are perpetuating through our belief systems, through our decision to support certain types of things. I agree with this. Card number 24, time for a nap. I think all of us should just be put the fuck out. Take a nap. You feeling aggressive? Take a nap. Hold on, guys. I need to. My back is so itchy because I'm. Okay, hold on. I almost got it. Hold on. Oh my God. It feels so good. Okay. There we go. Card number 12, a change in the wind. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, this card is so fucking powerful. You guys realize the significance of this card. 12 being the number of knowing and taking the first steps of that journey forward. Look at that shit. Oh my God. Michael, that card is so ridiculously powerful. The structures that allow for the elevation of certain individuals, it's been carried on the backs of both the black and the white. What? Okay? They need the division. They need that division. Who are they? The people in places of power. The people in places of power where if we didn't have this division, they wouldn't have the kind of power that they have. They are the modern Pharisees. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. And guess what, people? Why is it that I know you can't ride on a zebra? Because their back is not strong enough. You will break their back. And what have we been doing? Allowing the establishment to ride on the backs of our zebra. And that back is about to break. Wow. Ooh. Leaves. I keep getting something about fall, early fall. I don't know what. I don't think I want to know what. I don't think I want to know. I'm going to be honest, guys. If I'm not allowed to affect a type of change that will prevent the level of suffering, if it's about suffering, I don't want to know. I don't want to know in advance and be heartbroken and feel like, why the fuck do you need me to know if you're not going to let me change anything? So probably not allowed to know. All right, one more shuffle. It's the same one. It's never too late. If you've forgotten who you are, know that your true self has not gone away and never will. Underneath every layer of conditioning, under all twisting and turning and trying to fit into some shape to please others, your true self remains true, ready and waiting to rise up in original gorgeousness and glory. It's never too late for you to choose to be you. Ooh, wow. Wow. It's never too late to choose to be you. The person that you are has always been there, regardless of whether you've acknowledged it or not, whether you've made mistakes, whether you've done this, whether you've done that. None of that matters. The person who you are has always been there inside of you, just waiting for you to shed enough layers of pretense, layers of conditioning, layers of guilt and shame, all sorts of different layers of programming. Shed all of those and you'll find the truth of who you actually are. Who are you? You have to figure that out at this point. It's time to change gears. We're trying to climb a mountain of change in fifth gear, thinking, well, it's the highest gear. It's also the weakest, just saying. I feel like first gear would have more power than fifth. Third gear is a place to be. That's a sweet spot. Absolute sweet spot. It's the middle point. And ooh, ha! Wow, that's interesting. Third gear is the middle point where you can go very slow, but you can also use it. I have this thing, I know how to drive stick. And my husband used to get so annoyed because I would leave it in third on the freeway and just go like 55 because I wanted to save gas. Which is crazy, but that's what I used to do that. And he's like, you're crazy. Just put it in fifth. you're Ding. We are in third gear, third dimension, and we're climbing that mountain. Ding. Put it in fifth dimensional consciousness. Yeah, that's nice. Fifth dimensional consciousness is where we're trying to get to. Okay, we are anchored in the fifth already. This means we need to level up to the sixth level of dimensional consciousness so we can begin experiencing the fifth. Eventually that will happen. If enough souls choose it, eventually that happens. And I think probably what ends up happening is people get so sick and tired of this bullshit that they choose it. 59% at 9:55. 5995. Change. Amplified and filtered through the highest levels of divinity to lead to elevated change. 59955. There's way more than we realize. Most choose to teach that there's only 12 dimensions in this time-space matrix that we exist within. There's actually 15 in this matrix, and that doesn't include what happens when we exit the matrix. So lots of things, lots of change. I will be doing a reading for Pisces a little later. I have a few errands to run. VR6, that bitch. Ooh, you know, I learned on a VR6. I lied to my brother. I hope he doesn't watch this. I lied to my brother and I borrowed his. Oops. I drove that shit from like Oakland area all the way to Sacramento. That's like 2.5 hours one way. And that's how I learned to drive stick. Because my culture teaches women shouldn't drive stick. It's too hard. Fuck you. I drive stick. All right, I gotta go, guys. Bye. Oh, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. I'll see you guys again later. Bye.